and welcome to the PM Show, your weekly roundup of what's new and going on in the PM world. How are we doing this morning, gentlemen? We all good?
Fine, thank you very much.
Look, Matt's got a big pile next to him.
What? I'm sitting on it.
He's sitting on his piles again. So, yes, some very nice stuff down in there, as we can see. Anyway, hope you're all doing good at home. As I say, like Matt has. As always, last week we had very little Sulkerbacks. We had nothing in. This week we've had everything in. So, yes, busy. Literally, it's come in today and obviously yesterday. So it's not quite found its way onto the site yet. But by the time you see this, hopefully most of it will. And obviously you're all going to get invoiced for your pre-orders. So strap yourself in, everybody. It's going to be a busy show.
It's all
so,
coming.
yes.
So we'll start from the top.
Go on then, start on the top. What you got?
So,
Ooh.
a nice beamer free sit. I quite like that. Oh, that's cool.
That's a hell of a front skirt, isn't it?
It's like a little Batmobile, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
So that's the theory of GR5. What do you know about that? It's got Fruit of the Loom on it. God, can you remember Fruit of the Loom?
Fruit of the Loom, yeah, they used to do everything.
Yeah, you used to get your T-shirts and stuff, weren't it? Fruit of the Loom. I presume it's some...
Is that their kit, or is it an old Esky reboxed?
I think it's an old Esky kit from the old catalogue. But I'd say when we built the excuse me, the vans and stuff, they're all right for what they are. They're pretty
absolutely
basic.
Fantastic.
They're a fun build, and at least you'll get decent decals.
Yes, yeah, definitely.
That's one thing. But yeah, I quite like that. So that's one of them.
Very nice indeed. Cool. Good job.
I'll put my pile down here. So this is one of the pre-orders that's come in.
Yeah.
So we've got a bit of stock, and this has been quite a sought after kit, to be honest. You get your crew.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Again, it's that thing with Dragon, isn't it? We haven't seen that released for
a long time. This one.
Long time. I can't remember.
Yeah. I managed to bag one off eBay a year or so ago for a decent price, but they was fetching, decent money. But yeah, quite cool with its sharp mouth and stuff.
Yeah, very nice indeed. Apologies to Andy. Andy's just dying off camera. Clearly, he's got the lurgy.
Yes.
His mute button's going to be worn out by the end of this.
So that's come in. That's another one that's come in.
Nice.
Also, as well, we've got a couple of these to show.
This is the MI8. Yes.
This is the Vesda's MI8, which is, as you can see on the back.
Cool. Very nice indeed. And to be honest, it does look, from what I've seen, I've seen a few bits of test shots of that, to be honest. I got sent them. And it looks to have a lot more detail, shall we say, than some of their previous iterations like the MI24 and 35s. So apparently they do have a little bit of surface detail on them, which was definitely lacking on the others.
No, okay. Well, this is the MT version, so I don't know what the timeline is for that at all, to be honest.
Very nice. Here comes a classic kit.
Back in stock as well.
Really nice.
Which is AMK Tomcats, or Super Tomcat.
Do we know the retail price on that this time around?
I don't want to guess, but it's
because I haven't. I was messing around with the site yesterday, and I've left it and put it at the top, but I've not had a look at the price yet.
Oh right. Is it going to be cheaper than Tamiya's?
Yes.
Right.
Also no, yes.
Yeah.
Nice. Because I was just going to say, the reason I championed that kit so hard when we had them the first time round is that you get a hell of a lot of plastic and a lot of options in that kit for not a lot of money. I can't say what they are this time round, but we did have them last time at a truly bargain price. And as far as I'm concerned, if you're going to do a one, that's the one to do because you've got all the options.
So that's come in. And also, as we're on the thing, this is the other version, the 17.
Yeah, okay. So the 17 is technically the export version.
Yes.
Of the hip. So again, this one is in collaboration with someone, wasn't it?
Yes. And look at if I can remember.
And I can't remember. We did an entire show on this.
Yeah, it is. Antera.
That's it, yeah. So that's the company behind that kit, and it does look really, really nice. As I say, you can't do a horses for horses count on this because they are slightly different versions. That's the export version, and then obviously the MI8 is Russia's own one.
Yeah, a North Macedonia one.
Very nice.
Apparently.
But again, this is one of those helicopters that truly has just been overlooked over time. We know Hobby Boss did the 72nd scale one.
Yeah, KP's
couple of versions. KP's done a few of them. But 48th, we've never seen, you know, and that was the thing to it. It was just a little bit sort of, you know, odd on that one.
Yeah.
So that's a pre-order as well, but obviously there's some stock of that. So if you've pre-ordered one.
Very nice.
Excuse me, you'll be getting your invoice. Another classic.
Very nice.
Classic, which was a pre-order as well. So you get all the crew with that one.
I was going to say, now that is, to be honest, last time they got released, they did that and the German one. And I have both. I must admit, I have sold that one, but I've still got the German one here, which has got all the special forces on it. So, yeah, you got all the bits of that, got all your etch, everything. It is a really nice, to this day, I think that's still the definitive 35th scale Huey out there.
You get a coloured etch set by looks of that.
Yeah, it does look like that.
All right, yeah.
Nice.
So,
very nice kit.
Yeah, pre-paid photo etch parts included. Oh, might be bagging one of these for myself.
Definitely.
Yeah, I've obviously
that's
got
definitely one of those for the stash. Let's put it that way, everyone. Yeah. Yeah, well, I built the little one, didn't I, for the turkey shoot last year, wasn't it? I did the little tiny one that Matt sent me down, the old Hasegawa one, wasn't it? So, it'd be nice to do a nice size Huey.
Yeah, and obviously I've got the 35th, the C, haven't I? I've got the old MRC kit, is it, with stuff? So, yeah, this is the bigger one, isn't it? The longer version.
The stretch version, yeah.
But yeah, it's quite cool, that. So, again,
very nice.
That's cool in, that was a pre-order, so I've got some of that. And last but not least,
the limited edition.
With all the
goodies.
Bells and whistles.
Yeah.
So, where's the thing? Ain't got it on the box, just got decals.
No, yeah, they haven't put all the pictures of all the parts. So this particular kit, obviously for members, you'll probably know all about this one. We've been harping it. It has taken a while to come in. We do apologise. But with that one, you get all the gear. So it's a fully detailed, is it metal or resin?
Right, so what you've got in this, it says here, is a brass pitot tube, Galaxy spraying mask, 3D printed landing gears and ejection seats, and 3D printed radar, machine gun, and electronic bays.
Nice.
It's AMK in collaboration with CO Models. That one in the corner over there. I presume they've done the printing or the parts. Yeah. So obviously all this gubbins you see here.
Yeah, that's right. Is the stuff you get. You can get the radar as a separate, but the rest of it you can't. You can't get the gear, the seats, and the electronics bay. I don't think it was just the radar was the optional extra, wasn't it? You could get it as an aftermarket for it from them. So
again, we've had this on pre-order, so we've got a couple for stock as well. So invoicing will be done for that. So
there is pictures on our pre-order section if you ever wanted to go to it. Just quickly backtracking, the AMK F14, not that version, but the other version, is £67.99.
Oh, well, there you go. That's all right. That's still the right side of 70 quid.
That's a good price, that is.
It is.
It's definitely a good price compared to some manufacturers' prices, isn't it?
Well, yes, clearly.
And you're getting a lot more for your money.
You get a hell of a lot more for your money. Yes, you've got twice the amount of plastic. So definitely.
Yeah, the version with all the extra bits is £114.95. But you do get a lot more extras with it, don't you?
You do. You get everything you need. Let's face it.
So that's all in one box, isn't it? I think there's a lot you could add to that to improve it, really.
No.
I don't know because you reviewed it, haven't you? And you've got, haven't you? You've got an original, but same kit. I mean, the cockpit wise, would a 3D printed cockpit add anything to it?
I say nice set of seats in it, which obviously that one will come with that. I think that's really all it needs. It's not lacking in any department. Again, the only thing is just to make people aware with it. Out of all the trio of kits that we talk about with this one, obviously being the Tamiya and other ones, is that this one doesn't have a movable wing fold. So you can't just slide it back and forth. What they've done is that they've got it fully forward, and then that way you can deploy the slats and flaps and everything on it. Or you can have it in the sort of halfway back or fully retracted back with obviously everything up. But at least you get the option. Obviously, Tamiya one doesn't come with flaps and slats. You can't kneel it. You can't, put the bar down and all the rest of it. So with this one, you can. And that's why I do like that kit. And when you think about how much more plastic's in there, you can, really do something nice.
Well, on the Tammy version, you can buy either or now, can't you?
Yeah, they do a separate, or they do the kit as a full if you wanted it to be. But that one, at least you've got the option if you're not quite sure what you're going to be doing with it. And we have seen our members have done it as well over at Flory Models, where they've actually converted it to being a swing wing. So you can actually move the wings with a little bit of, bit of work in there. You can actually do it each way you wanted to do it. So again, I think for bang for buck, that's where my money would go every time. If I was going to do a Tomcat tomorrow, obviously that's where we'd go. So I know I did the Tamiya one a couple of years ago now, which is a beautiful kit. Goes together really nice, but I would still do that one for money.
I was about to say, for the extras in that, what's the Tamiya one now? About £100? They've all taken it?
Yeah.
So I know this is a limited edition, but if you get an older one, obviously you're going to get a load of extras for what, £15 more or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Which is, if you count up the 3D printer stuff, the Pito tube, the mass set, you're well under, aren't you? If you're buying them separate on retail, if you could get them. So it's good package that.
Yeah, it is. I think it's a really good package. And to be honest, as you say, if you have a look, you'll see that the aftermarket bits that come with it, which have been done in those resin, look absolutely gorgeous. They are absolutely stunning. So yeah, very nice indeed.
So yes, like I said, we've had quite a few deliveries. We've had, and a load of other stuff has come in as well. So like extra fin glue is going to be back in stock. That's come back in. That was out. Tools, Tamiya tools, paints, all sorts of stuff. So yeah, and we're just waiting on for the other pre-order of the CH54, the ICM kit, which hopefully will be doing by the end of the week.
Yes.
So that's another pre-order as well, plus stock. So yeah, it's all gone off.
Kicking off. Huge, absolutely massive. Okay, so if we move over to hold on, where's my mouse?
Went on VMS.
Oh right, it's BMS. Sorry, for some reason I can't get. Oh, it is working now. My mouse had stopped working. Right, VMS.
So yeah, we've had some more stock of VMS in. We're obviously carrying all the glues, but now we've got some other bits and bobs as well.
Yeah.
Some decal solutions, pigment jockeys, which I was trying and I really like, to be honest. They're really good, liquid pigments.
Yeah.
What else did we get, Andy? Debonder.
Super glue debonder, yeah.
Super glue debonder. So, yes. So we're slowly building up that range as well. Seems to be popular.
What would you use the pigment jockeys for, Matt?
Weathering, normally.
I know, but a quick 10-second...
Just dust and mud. Dust and mud and rust. It's a liquid pigment which...
with airbrush or brush?
No, brush it.
Brush it.
Yeah, it's a brush on jobber. I'm going to do a little vid on it because I was just trying it. I was talking to Phil actually at the time and Kev, his guest. I was just showing them. I was like, "Oh, this works really, really well. It cleans up really nice with a very mild enamel thinner."
Right.
I think that's what the carrier is in it, but it really cleans up nice and it acts more like a wash to me when I was doing it. So you can leave it on, or you can take it off and kind of do a panel line wash and stipple it and maneuver it. It's you ain't got that dusty feel like a pigment. Because it's got the carrier in it, it just works different. I can't explain it's hard to explain what it is without showing. But it's definitely different to just like thinning a pigment, shall we say?
Yeah,
there's something more to it, which whatever they've done, and it works really, really well. So
very nice.
I actually hope they expand the range of colours because there's only 10, isn't there? 10.
Yeah.
10 colours at the minute, but
yeah, you got a metallic one as well.
Yeah.
You got the steel.
Yeah. I presume if you brush that on and then let it dry and then polish it up, you're going to get a really nice steel effect. Exhaust or whatever. Obviously, excuse me, you might have to seal it to layer it up because obviously you're just going to reactivate and reactivates. But it's one of them in it with pigments. They are limited in some respects. But I've not done enough testing to clarify that, so I don't know. Like I say, once it's dry. Properly dry, like I say, I don't know if you can layer on top of it, but I was really impressed actually for first sort of play with it. So, yeah.
Very nice. Excellent. Anything else you want to show in here? We've got new arrival section.
Yeah, got some more of the Thunder models in.
Very nice as well. Some of those back in. And
the Border models sub.
Yeah.
Which we showed the other week. Now stuff's in, Phil. You'll be getting a big pile of stuff to look at. So
yes, I will.
Yeah.
I'll have lots to look at that. The Stug, if anybody wants to see, I've done the review of it, and it is full on. It's loads of detail on this one, as you can see. So we got all the parts in, and click on those. But yeah, no, it is very nice indeed. It's, as I say, very modular, shall we say, the kit, because obviously, how many versions of it they brought out? 3?
Well, you got the 2. There's a good couple of interior ones.
Yeah.
So obviously, that's just a normal one.
Yeah.
And I know there's just 2. I think there's 2 versions of the normal one, because there's one with the winter tracks, I think, in the store in it now as well. But actually, I didn't realise. I was watching our friends at the Tank Museum and their tank chats. I've got quite into watching them and listening. And they did a thing on the Stug and how it develops over a quick period, and our old German tanks kind of develop fast. So, you know, different gun mantlets and all sorts of stuff that they were learning, and different configurations, and different factories got different, you know.
So that there's technically a Panzer III.
It's a Panzer III.
So it's the same as this then?
Yeah, same. No, that's a Panzer IV.
Oh, is it? Oh, right.
Yeah, that's a bigger one. That is a Panzer III chassis, and then running gear and whatever, and then obviously a superstructure on top for what it is. But
you can always tell. You can see the return rollers on the top.
Yeah.
3s have got 3, and 4s have got 4.
Oh, right. Okay.
If you can see them, obviously yours has got the armour on, so you can't see it.
So that's all right. I can flick it off. It's still a loose fit on these. Oh, right. Okie dokie. Oh, this has got 4.
Yes, that's a 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right. So it's a 4 then. Right. 4.
Yeah. But what I didn't realise was the early ones with the short little barrelled gun was just artillery pieces to support infantry over mobile.
Yeah.
And then obviously over time they developed it to be a tank destroyer as well, because obviously needs must and all that. And yeah, it's a really interesting actually.
That's what they were using for, wasn't it? Part of the Blitzkrieg, so like moving forward with the troops.
Yeah.
So like helping the troops.
Yeah, it's got a little howitzer attached to it and just
bunker buster things.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, basically, mobile bunker buster and whatever, or strongholds and that. So. Yeah, if you're not promoting out at the Tank Museum, but if you think of their channel, it's really interesting to listen to their tank chat. So
cool, nice, very nice. Right, okay. So we got that one, and then as you say, the usual bits we had last week. So we say we got that conning tower section, border models one, and obviously we've got the Tiger one in as well as all the other bits, just down like that, and then obviously.
Like I say, that'll be added to anyway, because obviously we've shown stuff that's not on there that's arrived sort of yesterday or whatever. So probably by the time this show goes out, they should be up, I reckon.
Definitely. Got the special section.
Yep.
Usual bits.
Specials.
Very nice.
So pretty much same old at the minute, but obviously with what's happening on Saturday.
Yes.
So that'll be sorted out, I would have thought.
It's qualifying for the Grand Prix.
Yes, exactly, yeah.
So you two could be preoccupied with that procession then?
I didn't start off, that's in the afternoon, so yeah.
What time is it?
I don't know. It's sundown their time.
I don't even know where it is.
5 hours in front.
Where's the Grand Prix being held?
It's Abu Dhabi, isn't it?
Abu Dhabi, yeah.
Is that the first one, is it?
Yeah.
So it's...
No. But no, we will be with you live 10 o'clock. Is it 10? We're doing 10? 10 till 12?
10.
So we're going to be live with you 10 till 12 across everything. So it's all free to watch and all the rest of it. And we've got some huge, big sale items, shall we say, and discounts, which will be available, obviously, on the PM store. And there's a little bit going to be going on for the flooring model stuff as well. So if you want to get involved with that one, it's only a couple of hours. Usual thing, we'll be probably talking complete waffle, trying to build something and having a giggle, to be honest. So join us with a coffee, and obviously don't forget you can watch it on catch up as well. But as I say, full details of that will come along, and I'll obviously talk about it on the Friday show as well.
Sounds like a plan.
It is. We'll have a good morning's fun modelling.
Just going back to our stock.
Yes.
Like I said, the VMS stuff's come in. Obviously, we're carrying the Modelers World products now. The AK order, which Phil mentioned yesterday, obviously for our members and stuff that's been delayed, is now officially back on its way. Hopefully that will be by the end of the week. So that's like obviously the books that we mentioned before, and then a restock of real colours and whatever else we're out of, because a good few real colours are going to come back in.
We weren't really panicking, were we?
Eh?
We weren't really panicking, were we?
Oh, let's not go there. Hey. So yeah, it's all go really. It's all good. Can't complain. Like I say, restocks of different stuff as well, all in. So just usual, keep an eye on the site and
definitely. For the members, obviously, with the pre-order section, we're not going to look at it this morning because there's not a lot changing there, and we've got to get pricing and sorted and various bits and pieces for the new stuff. So we'll gloss over that this week. So if we go straight into some questions. Okay, so Neil says, hi gentlemen, is looking at doing a 48 scale Royal Navy Sea King or Army Special Forces Sea King. What would you recommend for these two builds?
You've got one option, and that's Asgawa.
One option in the entire world.
It's literally and that option is it. And if you want the Royal Navy one, which has not been available for a good few years, you'll be paying a good amount of money for it because it's really sought after. I don't even, they don't do a jungly, do they?
That was the Marine one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So if he means the Army Special Forces, if he means the jungly one, then you need a conversion set for that. The Commando version, yeah, which was the jungly. So
they don't do that either, I don't think, do they?
They've never made a standalone of that kit. You can get conversions for it. Hopefully those companies are still going. But yeah, literally the Hasegawa Classic, which was the SH3 kit. For the Sea King, you have to convert from there. Now, Hasegawa over the years have done the RAF versions because obviously they've got different tails and things.
They've done the RAF Rescue one, the yellow one.
Yeah, they've done the Navy one.
The Navy one with the bag on it.
Yeah, with the crow's nest thing. Yeah.
And I can't think of any other.
No.
British versions they've done. They might have done. I just can't remember. But I know they've definitely done the yellow one, Rescue one. So I don't know what you could do off that. As in what he wants to build, but I presume there's a lot of modifications.
Yeah. And again, the trouble you've got is that even that the RAF Rescue one is a very early RAF Rescue one. It's not like the later ones that have got the filters, the sand filters and everything on. That you have to go aftermarket. There's a couple of options. There's a resin one you can block, you can put on there, or you can photo etch it if you are mad. So, but unfortunately, I haven't got it. I did have the said kit. I had the Navy one with the bag on it and all the rest of it. Because I think that was the last release they did of different ones. I know they've re-released the standard kit again now, but unfortunately, I must admit I sold that some time ago. Yeah. But
I managed to bag one as well at some point, but that was years ago. So I can say it's going to be usual places. It's like eBay and stuff, but they do fetch silly money. I'll warn you now because it's quite, like I say, sought after and rare, really. I think So you might fall up there. Hopefully you do, but that's your only option anyway.
If you're willing to go 72nd, then you can do Airfix, can't you? But
yeah, if you want to go down a scale, 72nd Airfix have got covered on both because they do the jungly, the Commando version, and they do obviously the RAF version and the Navy version. So take your picks from them, isn't it? So. But yeah, from that point of view, unfortunately, you are very limited. Why nobody's actually gone near that helicopter in 48 is beyond me, because it's a very popular one. I can imagine a company going to jump on it, but when that will be, I don't know. Airfix. Well, as you say, they've never done 48 scale helicopters, have they?
They did the Merlin, didn't they?
Yeah,
and the Lynx.
There.
And the Lynx.
And the Lynx. Done the Lynx and the Merlin.
That was it. Lynx is
and again, they picked the wrong version.
Yeah. What, the Merlin or the Lynx?
The Merlin.
Which is going out of service,
I suppose they didn't know that at the time. I don't know. Somebody's in the front door.
Sorry, that'll be.
Hey, there's somebody at the door. There's somebody at the door.
So
normally the dog goes mental at that point. Here's the phone and goes off.
Just a burglar, don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's fine. They're making off with the car. It's great. Right, okay. So Clive says, hello, PM. Now that you stock the VMS product, would you consider the VMS range that you sell? There's a couple of products that you might wish that
no, we're not stocking anything of the sort.
No. So VMS debonder, we spoke about it already. And again, the decal softeners. So there you go. Clive, we've covered you for that one.
Yes. Your wish is our command.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've done those. They are in stock. So you're good to go with those now. Darren says, afternoon team. Tamiya have done some new paints. They are just new colours or they are something else that you need to do with them. 10mm mixing yellow paints, mixing yellow red and mixing yellow blue. Andy, talk us through it.
They are pure So it's pure yellow, pure red, pure blue, and they are specifically for tinting the other colours in the range. You can't spray them on their own. So, for example, if you've got the rubbish section, you want a black one. You can't tint anything.
All the colours.
All the colours to pick up, yeah. So if you've got a yellow, you can add a bit of blue to it and make green.
Yeah, if you know your colour theory and your colour wheel, basically it's the 3 primaries, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. It's the 3 primary colours to be able to tint or change any other colour.
Yeah.
So what if you used to spray them neat? Yeah, not neat, but just on their own.
They bleed a colour, isn't it?
Do they?
I don't know because never tried it. I see that. Me and Andy were talking about this yesterday, and we were going through, and he were looking at some gump from people and said you can't use them neat, but I presume they're going to have no body to them because they're pure colours. So that yellow is just going to be so opaque. Is it opaque? No, the other one, isn't it? He's going to have no covering power at all. But yellow's a really, really strong pigment, as is red and blue.
Absolutely, yeah.
But normally, like when you get paint, you've got black in there or other colours to build it up. Yeah. In different, obviously, ratios for different sort of shades and tints and stuff. So, yeah, I presume even if you put a white base coat down, which you probably have to do for all 3 of them, you won't get any coverage. I think it's going to be, but it's not like a clear colour either. It's going to be one of them that's, hard to explain, but it's, like I say, it's just for tinting. So, if you put yellow in a green, you're going to get a brighter green, a lighter green, and so on and so forth with reds and whatever. So, yeah. So actually, they've just arrived, so they'll be going up on the site. So
they're going to be quite handy, to be honest. If we, obviously we've done it a lot in the past, but doing the sort of colour modulation a little bit. So like we said before, like you would use an oil. So for instance, if you were painting your models like camo green, like I've done over many times, you come in with a bit of yellow oil paint and blend it in. It lightens that green. So what you would do is just add a little bit of the yellow into your green paint, and that will lighten it, and then you can just
and the red gives it a warmer hue. You've got to think of, like, obviously blue's a cold colour, yellow and red a warmer colour. So thinking of your colour wheel again and all that theory, you just go off that. So you can put blues in stuff, but again you're going to need like micro dots because it's going to be really, really pigmented, as in powerful because of the primary colours. But
well, going back a few years now, we had a chemist we were talking to on one of the other shows we do, and he was saying that yellow is one of the strongest colours in nature. And that's why white paint yellows over time. It's because there's a micro amount of yellow pigment into it, and that will come through. It will kill everything else, and that's why clear part's yellow as well, because there's actually yellow in clear. And it will literally, that's why clear parts yellow up over time. And obviously if you look at acrylic on boats when it yellows up and goes, or your headlights,
it's UV, and things like that. The UV rays bring out the yellow.
Brings out the yellow in everything, because yellow is absolutely everywhere, and it's incredibly strong.
It's weird, isn't it? Because it's a really, really, like say, strong, but it's got no covering power.
No, it's crap to try and paint it.
It's like it just don't make sense, does it? Like,
no. I've often said that if you're painting yellow, you've got to get probably a white base coat down first. Otherwise, you're going to be there forever. And then obviously you've got that thing about building up the layers as well to get a proper strong. I remember when I did the Crep van, that's bright yellow, and obviously the water bomber, that's CL215. It needs a few coats on there. If you don't get the preparation right, you're going to be using a lot of
But
paint.
Again, the undercoat, like you've just said, if it's a white undercoat, makes a hell of a difference to your final finish. Because if you put a darker undercoat on, it will cover, but you will obviously then get a darker shade of yellow.
Yeah,
even though it's the same yellow as what's on it. And ask me how I know. Reds were the worst. Reds are terrible. But interesting. It's an interesting product.
It is. I must admit, it's one of those things. Time you bring out these things, and at the time you think, why would you use it? But a little bit of understanding actually makes sense.
I think that might be its downfall, you see, because people aren't just it's yellow, it's red, it's blue, and buy it, and then try and use it, and it's like, oh, this don't work. This is rubbish.
Yeah, well, that'd be the equivalent to the old X21 flat base.
Absolutely. And I've done it. You've done it.
Yeah.
And you've got the frosty look, and it's like, oh, that didn't quite work because the name. No. I'm sure they could have redone the name.
Yeah, the language doesn't help. Yeah, lost in translation. Yeah. In Japanese, it says "do not use Old paint.
Do not use heat or something, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
To me, a flat base is to make it take the shine off it. But
yes,
obviously it is, but not in the way we normally use it as a flat coat. It's just to put in gloss coats, and it really works. Though you don't need a lot of it. That's powerful.
No. That's the thing. It is incredibly strong.
Good thing is as well with that, just if you put it in, like Vallejo acrylics, because of the latex and stuff, they can go a bit glossy, can't they? You can get that sort of sheen.
Yeah.
Drop a bit of that in with it.
And when we say drop a bit,
and I mean it is a bit, because if you put too much
tiny bits, it's so strong.
Tiny little bit, but it will kill it.
Yes, that's the stuff.
Again, it's one of them products that don't tend to use, but it's actually very useful and used in the right way.
I've got loads of it.
What did you buy thinking it was a flat coat?
Yeah,
I used to use it as a flat coat. That's what I used to use. That's what everyone used to use back in the day.
You used to put it in future, wouldn't it? If you put a bit of that into future, you could get a really nice flat coat. Yeah. But that's before flat coats were invented.
You have to be really careful with how much you put in it.
Yeah, if you went over, you'd end up with a frosty morning look to everything you've just sprayed.
Yeah, if you're doing dioramas and you want that frosty morning.
If you want the frosty look, it's great.
Yeah, frosty. Hey, talking about that, have you seen Mallorca?
No, they're in snow, are they?
Covered.
Oh, there you go. That'd be no cucumbers from there then.
There in southern Spain have been hit with this hurricane or something. And it was watching the news this morning, all the weather, and it was it's Mallorca, it's just snow.
You go there for a nice little warm weekend.
That's what they were saying. They were saying, but people's there thinking, I'm going off on my holidays to Mallorca, and it's colder than here. Like, oh dear. Yeah.
Never mind. Carry on. Right. Okay. Stuart says, hi, Bill and Matt. Is hoping that it can help trying to find some aftermarket stowage for a 1/35 scale World War II German armour. I'm wondering if you can suggest any companies. I've seen the Black Dog stuff, but I'm trying to find someone who just does separate items. The Black Dog sets have been with the stowage are stuck together. I think I have one of their sets, and it's what I used on the Sherman. Yeah, they're sort of pre-made up onto a vehicle, aren't they, to hang on the back?
Yeah, I've got one down there for some or other,
Do we have any suggestions?
Yes. Value Gear do loads of tarps and bedding and bags and stuff like that. Generic, but you can use them. Eureka XXL is another company that does stowage and stuff. And also don't overlook some of the commercial stuff, like mini art. If you want jerry cans and harder stowage, shall we call it, not the softer stuff, mini art are brilliant. They cover everything from the little oil cans to jerry cans to everything.
Tamiya as well do
Tamiya jerry can sets. I think most of them do that. I don't know if AFE Club do a set and that. So don't dismiss it because it's styrene. They actually very good. Who else does it? I'm sure there's a few.
That's like the Black Dog stuff he's talking about, isn't it?
You get a lump of it. You just
mould it in.
Yeah, I think that's what I used on the back of my Sherman. It was like one pack, and that way it's all it just goes in. It's designed for it, and it moulds onto it. And you just put a rope over it, and you're good to go then.
It's the lazy man's way of doing it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which I don't mind if you like painting stowage, which I don't mind it now. But if you definitely want separates, like say for resin stowage, or make your own. If you want soft stowage, get the green, what we sell, the AK putty stuff, the white and green
two-part stuff,
The two-part stuff, and that's supposed to be really good for doing tops and soft stuff because it kind of acts like a real cloth. But I think like Milliput and some others are, they're not that flexible, I don't think. You can do it, but the green, it's the old green stuff, but it's rebranded AK. And it's supposed to be really good for soft stowage and bits like that. So,
cool. It says also, do we know anybody who does seated pilots in flight? At the moment, he's looking for an RAF pilot for a Lightning and a 48 scale World War II German bomber pilot.
Well, there's Quick Boost that do figures in all scales. There's PJ Productions that definitely do figures. And I'm sure there's another one that I can't think of.
Because I use PJ Productions for my Hornet in flight, I think it was. Or is it my F-15? No, I think it's my F-15. They're PJ Productions one.
Which one did you have to butcher?
Yeah, that was the PJ Productions one.
where he looked like an ape.
Oh no, that was
Oh yeah.
What was that
whose was
figure?
that? Oh yeah, I can't remember whose that one was now.
That was
somebody
PJ
else.
Productions, I don't think. That was
No, that wasn't.
But
yeah, there was one of them, and he looked literally, yeah.
I don't want to disrespect PJ Productions because actually I don't think they're bad, but God, he looked like a proper dinner. Brilliant that was.
But no, we used the PJ Productions one because again, you've got the different helmets as well for the joint mounted helmet queuing system, whatever hammocks, whatever they call it, system onto it. Because they do all of the modern ones. If you're after one for a Lightning, I assume you mean the classic English electric Lightning.
Yeah.
Then there is. I'm pretty sure Quick Boost do the old RAF.
I've got they do. You just have to have a look because they do a lot of. From World War One to modern, and I think you just have to have a look through the ranges and stuff. But
German crews, I must admit, I'm not too sure on, but that would be another thing. Have a bit of a look.
I know there's a lot of. Sorry, Phil. I know there's a lot of fighter pilots out there. I'm not sure about bomber crews because obviously different uniform and different gear, but obviously they're all made for 109s and 190s and stuff like that. Yeah. Perhaps even a Stuka, but I don't know. Off my head if there's any for a bomber. That's why I say probably check PDA Productions. You might be better off with them. I think you get them standing and doing the pointing and all the usual figures poses, but I don't know if you get them in flight. You'd have to have a look anyway. So there's a couple you can go off.
Cool. Okay, Gavin says, hi lads, do you have any recommendations for acrylic base paints that correspond to the colours for the Mitsubishi F2 AB? I'm struggling to find a proper match for the two types of blue seen on the jet. Many thanks. Keep up the great work. Gav. Well, as I say, we were going through these before, and I was saying the Guns Aqueous range do those colours, the H colours as we call them. Have a look on there because they actually do it. Because I know Andy's built one, small one, recently. And I've done over the years, I've done the F2, which is that Love Child F16 thing. And also I've done the F4 as Blue Impulse because it's the same colours. And that's the colours I've used as well. I haven't got them anymore because they've obviously died on me. But that's what you're looking for is just have a look at their range and then do it. So,
Which kit's he building? Is it the Hasegawa, he says?
It doesn't say whose it is. I assume it's the Hasegawa F2.
Yeah, I think in Hasegawa actually gives you the
numbers
colour
for
call.
it.
That's all for the guns. Paint.
So that's quite a straightforward one. And say it happy to report they are lovely colours and it actually looks stunning in those markings, as does Andy's little one. Have you got it there, Andy?
No, it's
down the other end. So yes, but no, it is very striking in the old blue schemes, I must admit. And there we go. That's questions done.
Cool.
Very good.
So it's all about Saturday then.
It is. It's all about Saturday. So don't forget, we'll be live on air across social media and all the usual bits and pieces with this one from, say, 10 in the morning to around about midday. We're going to have some special sales, so keep an eye out for it. Some discounts and offers, obviously, on the PM store. There'll be a little bit of bits and pieces going on as well with the Flooring Model store as well. And we'd love to have you along join in, even if you just want to come and banter us waffling on.
Yeah, just come and hang out.
Just come and hang out, as I say, and our nice little Saturday morning show. Which music? We're going to have Parisian or something else?
Well, I don't know. You're going to have to think about it while you're having your bloods done today.
Should we decide on
what
breakfast we're having, whether we're having croissants or
yes, that's
English breakfast.
now there's
dilemma there now, isn't
Here's
it?
a dilemma. What to have for breakfast? Which I'm sure we'll talk about as usual. Because
absolutely, we'll cover the usual topics of breakfast and things like that.
Of food and lunch. Breakfast and lunch will be covered.
Yes, that's it, definitely. Anyway, we will leave it right there. As I say, you might get some invoices coming your way. Do apologise, but you will get some great kits out of it as well. So Andy will be on with that one. As I say, the missing AK delivery is back with us. So hopefully that'll be in on Friday. So obviously everybody's got bits and pieces involved with that one. Those will be out in the books and things like that as well. Yeah. So they'll be winging their way out to you early part of next week as we make our way through.
Yep, that was our courier's fault too. We're normally as fast as dynamite, but
yeah. Only if they're the right way up or ups as well. Anyway, we will see you all again next week. Obviously, we'll be back with you for members live tomorrow night. We've got the live show with you at 7:30. I'll be with you with a catch-up show on Friday, and then obviously be live with you as well on Saturday morning. So it'd be great to have you come along with those. Right, that's it from us. Happy modelling, everyone. Take care. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.